Yes, I know that I haven't uploaded a video in 9 months. Yes, I know that's basically a pregnancy. Yes, I know I'm basically pregnant at this point. Basically, I will take that child and I will grow it up and I will kick it out when it's 18. But that's not what I'm talking about. This game that I'm about to show today is one of the greatest games that have come out on this platform. Because let me tell you something. For the past 9 months, I know I live streamed the Roblox hunt, whatever it's called. Listen, this platform has just bored me. Listen, I love grow a garden success. Love it so much. I cannot just sit there and sit in front of a shop and grow a garden. I can't. I need to constantly be on my feet. I need to always be doing something. Forsaken, that community needs to get a hold of itself. I join the game, I say one thing, I get called 15 slurs, I leave, never play it again. Dislike, boom, block, not having it. This game put me back onto this platform. I've spent the past 4 weeks playing this game. I'm addicted. I haven't even been on the platform. I've just been playing Fortnite. I've been grinding 90s. I've been playing COD. I've been hitting blocks in Minecraft. I've been doing all this other stuff. But no, this game, I'm back on the platform and I'm back making videos because this game is absolutely amazing. Now listen, you know I hate to do this to you. I need to do this for myself. Oh my God, I didn't know it could get this bad. 100%, Jesus, 100% of my viewers, 100% of my viewers are not subscribed. I didn't even know it could get that bad. Please, I'm crossing my hands right now. Please, Lord, please just hit that subscribe button and hit that like button. I will give you my newborn child. Please. Anyways, enough wasting time. I'm sorry that this is such a long video, but you need to see this game. This game averages like 300 players a day. What? That's absurd. This game is too well put together and it's too much fun, especially with your friends, even though I did this all solo because I have no friends. Let's just get into it, man. Also, please stick around till the end and I'll give you a cookie. Please. Okay, we have loaded into depth spelunking. Now, normally if you're in a private server, this door will be closed. Normally it's open in public servers. You just have to go over here and hold E to open it. Before we actually go down in the elevators, I'm going to talk about the shop really quick. You can purchase items to help you on your way because it is a survival game and you normally need stuff to survive. They can give you luck, speed, I believe battery percentage and other stuff like that. They're very useful. And over here we have stuff that's purchasable with Robux. I have purchased them because I did want to show support to this game because there really was no way to donate that I could find. And in the terminal here, you can access all of the monsters and the maps that you come across. But to start a game, you just walk down here to the elevators. Now, here's where you can choose how many players you want. 10, 15, 20, and 50. The 20 and 50 ones are super buggy because normally you don't go up to that. But if you're gonna have fun, then have fun and expect some bugs. But you walk into any of the elevators and normally you can just vote to depart down at the bottom left. Now that we have loaded in, you can just click wake up to start the game. Walk over here and hold E to start. Normally if you're in a lobby, you'll have to wait the whole seconds. Right here, it tells you how to play the game, but I'm going to actually be going about how to play the game as I go on. So you'll just have to listen to me. Or if you just want to play the game yourself, then go ahead and read. Here we are in the pool rooms map. And normally to move on to the next floor, we have to complete tasks. So let's go over some of them. This is a generator. If you played Dead by Daylight, you know what this is. Make sure you get the red arrow where the red square is and make sure you tap so that you don't make a mistake. Because some entities do have really good hearing and they can actually hear when you mess up a task, which is not necessarily good. Over here's an upgrade terminal and you can just press E to activate it. And when I go back in the elevator, you'll actually see what it does. You can actually upgrade how you play the game, which is actually super neat. Over here is a color code. We actually need to find a piece of paper that tells us how to do it. There's also a number code that you can see like right over there. So we need to find 2 codes. They are optional, which is really good. So you can just complete the really easy tasks and you don't actually have to do them. But in case you want to find out what the code is, they're just right here on the ground. So we have a crescent moon, a star, a triangle, and a check mark. This is a minimal task that you can do. You don't have to. Like I said, all tasks are optional. Just make sure you complete all the tasks at the top. This is actually one of the easiest ones. You just click them in number order. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And boom, the task is done. We already went over the generator, so let's go over this one. This is a water pump. Make sure you fill the water by pressing space to the white lines. Press S or W to go down or up. As long as you fill them in the white lines, you'll complete the task. Boom, just like that. Let's see if we can find another minimal task so that I don't have to do the number and color code, because they are super easy. You just have to find the piece of paper and type them in. After looking around for a good minute, I couldn't find anything, so we're just gonna actually complete this task. Crescent moon, star, triangle, check mark. Boom. And just like that, we can head back into the elevator and get onto the second floor. But remember, we did get an arcade machine, so we actually do get a little upgrade GUI, or whatever you want to call it. You'll see it. So we just head back in the elevator. And boom, that floor's done. And here we go. We have supply drop, recyclemancy, and terminal expansion. Now, if you read them, you can actually see that they all have their own separate enhancements that can help with the game. But I'm actually going to go with terminal expansion on this one, because it allows more arcade machines to spawn. I can't really explain how recyclemancy and supply drop work. I normally go for the ones that can help me get a high run in this game, so sorry about that. So we are on floor 2, and now we deal with an entity. If you want to find out what upgrades you have, you can come over here to current upgrades and you'll actually be able to see what you have. It's normally best to start crouching as soon as you walk out of the elevator. And as you can see, we're dealing with Lungwart. Now, Lungwart only has one eye, so he's super easy to deal with. Lungwart is actually super easy to avoid. As long as you don't make direct eye contact with him, then he won't start chasing you. He's also severely deaf, so he can barely hear when you make noise. So mess up a task all you like, he's not going to hear it. However, if he does catch up to you and he starts running after you, just make sure you turn corners very quickly. Here's the task I didn't go over last time, so let's go over it. Match the wires up. Very simple. If you've played a game like Dumb Ways to Die, it should look very not promising, but it should look very similar to something like that. I still haven't gone over the number code, but it's sort of like the shape code, so it's actually really easy. You can probably see me picking up all of these items, but some of them will flash like this, and they're flash drive, where you can actually learn about the current monster that's chasing you around. So as you can see, it's Lungwart. So you can pick up clipboards, flash drives, and folders. And here's another one that I didn't go over, memory. So if you have a good memory, you're gonna be good with this. But if you don't, try and get one of your friends to do it. As you can see, I am sort of walking instead of running. That's because I have a limited amount of stamina and a limited amount of battery in this game. So it's very important that you use them to the best that you can and not try and use them as much. Like, if you're getting chased, yes, you can run around. And if the power goes out, then yes, you can turn your flashlight on. But just like that, we've completed another floor. Oh, I saw him. It's Lungwart again. Normally, you can get repeats of certain monsters, so it all depends on how you avoid the monsters. So if you like dealing with Lungwart, then you're going to have a fun time if you get him like 4 times in a row. Alright, we have both of the codes, which is... Okay, so we should probably go over what is happening here. This game is in beta, so so stuff like this can happen. So don't be surprised if your Lungwart is just walking in a wall. But since we've already dealt with Lungwart and I have both of the codes on me right now, I think I'm just going to skip ahead to the next floor unless I find something that I haven't gone over, which I believe I've gone over everything, so... And there we go. We've completed floor 3. So let's hope floor 4 can actually give us a new entity that we can deal with. Okay, so we're dealing with this. And over there you can see it is a big creature. That is the Warden. And yes, it is just like the one from Minecraft. So make sure you're quiet and you don't fail tasks. Or sometimes you can even hear you complete tasks, which isn't exactly a good thing. However, he does have a certain range where he can hear, so if you want to start walking around or even start running, he won't necessarily hear it. But if you're actually trying to walk up close to him because you see, for example, what I see, an arcade machine, then you have no choice but to sort of crouch around him. As you can see, he cannot hear me crouch, so I guess that's one good thing, is that he really can't hear me. You can just walk right past him and he really has no idea because, well, he can only hear, he can't see. And trust me, he's not like a quiet creature. If you mess up a task and you know he's coming, you will know that he's on his way. I believe it's important that we do go over the certain type of maps in these games, because as you can see, this map is not very easy to see if I have my flashlight off. See? It's not that easy. So yes, some maps are easy, some maps are hard. Some maps are small, some maps are hard. I already said that. Some maps are small, some maps are big, some maps are easy, some maps are hard. That's what I meant to say. I do love the Warden's concept, but crouching the whole time is such a deal breaker for me. It just makes the game slow, but hey, I'm not complaining. I don't know if you heard that, but there we go. And we have our 2 final tasks right here, so we'll be good to go after this. Now, normally when it's the last task, he does hear it, I believe. Don't quote me on that. Or I guess he's just too far away. I don't even know where he is, so he must be on the other side of the map. Which means I should be able to just start walking. I remember we did get an upgrade terminal, so we have more. Pit stop. Yes, you can stop and see a dealer, which he will give you just items. They are sort of bland, and then there are bosses that you can do, but I'll go over that later. I'm just going to go with terminal expansion because it's very good to have these upgrades. The void shifts, the veil cracks, new entities and floors have been added to the pool. So now we have more entities to deal with, however, the same amount. For now. Okay. I need to figure out what this thing's name is, so I might have voice over me tell you what the name is right now. This creature's name is Teratoma, and it's a trap-like creature that... Thanks, Ziggy. Oh, okay. I guess we're just interrupting now. Cool. This creature, what's the right word I'm looking for? It leaves stuff on the ground. This creature, the next minute and a half of the Audacity audio clip is just me trying to figure out a way to say that this creature, when it lays its traps, it sounds like it's taking a dump. Teratoma is a trap-like creature, and it leaves traps on the ground, and the traps make you nauseous, and I believe it might know where you are when you run into the trap, so I believe it comes after you, sort of like Lungwart. When he does see you, he also runs towards you. That's about it for Teratoma. I just didn't want you to sit through me trying to figure out what Teratoma is. And yes, this, as you can see from right now and earlier, this creature can see you. It does have vision. I'm not sure about its hearing. As you can see, I'm out of stamina. So if you are out of stamina, just make sure you grab some food or water. I have a Bloxy Cola because of the starter pack that I have. So I can easily just charge my stamina up with this Bloxy Cola. I did walk into its thing, so as you can see, I am nauseous now. So it is a little bit woozy, but it is very easy to avoid, however. And we're dealing with the same thing. So don't be surprised if this floor is sped up in any way. Alright, we did get a terminal, so let's see what we get. Emergency lights and mechanics. This will allow you to complete a bonus task and will still count for the goal. And this is an emergency light, which is very good if the power goes out. Oh, we got a terminal expansion, or an upgrade, whatever, but we also have a Warden to deal with. So, since we've already talked about the Warden, this is just going to be another sped up one. I don't know what I was thinking. I'm just going to tell you this was not another sped up one. And as you can see, the Warden is not a creature you want to deal with if you mess up the task. So, there we go. We only made it 8 rounds, but don't worry, I'm going to go back in and try to explain the other creatures while I can. So, don't be surprised if there's some jump cuts as I go over the other creatures and monsters. Now for this one, I am actually going to use some of my items, so I'm going to use the Phantom Cloak, which actually turns me invisible, however, it uses 25 battery. I'll be using the D6 dice. Sorry, I can't English today. And I'll be using the running shoes, which gives me 2 times speed. So, I'm going to be using those to try and get a easier time going for myself. Here's an upgrade terminal. If I do find any other upgrades that I did not explain, I'll be also going over them along with the other monsters, so. Okay, so we do have some new ones. We have Power Saving, Task Sonar, and Snake Eyes. I might have gone over Snake Eyes. Snake Eyes is like a dice roll. You get a random item. Task Sonar shows you tasks when you complete one, and Power Saving allows your battery-powered items to consume 10% less power. So, I'm going with Task Sonar. Okay, so we have a random event that's going on. Fog. These can happen all the time, by the way. As you can see, it's very hard to hear and it's very hard to see, which means Lungwart can jump out at me at any point in time, which I don't like. So if I can just get back to the elevator, that would be perfect. Okay, there we go. Why not? Let's go over one of the bosses while we can, because this game is kind of going sort of slow, and I've only ran into the Warden and Lungwart this whole time. Finally, I know I said that the next one was going to be a boss battle, but I got killed by Lungwart, so what's new? This entity is called Drone. He's actually very easy to avoid. He just follows you the whole time. He's very slow, so you can really complete your tasks. Fun fact, I haven't actually died to him yet, and I don't plan on it anytime soon, because he's the easiest entity to avoid in this game. Unless you're dealing with a certain entity that comes up later, which I'll actually get into. But for now, I guess I can just complete my tasks with ease without getting killed by him. Or maybe... okay, never mind. I guess I'm not doing that one. But he just follows you around, so as long as you can get away from him, he's super easy to avoid, and he's most likely the one that won't kill you. But although he looks small and he can't do a ton of damage, apparently he might shock you, I believe? I'm not sure. Like I said, I'm not dying to him to test it. I'm keeping my record clean. See how I can see him through the task? That's just why you need these certain items to help guide you through. Like, here's what the Phantom Cloak does. Makes me invisible. He doesn't know where I am. He's doing that scanny thing because he doesn't know where I am. So as soon as I spawn back in, he'll find out where I am, no matter what. Whether it's through walls, whatever. He will always find a way to get to you. How am I messing up? I'm not clicking 7, that's why. There we go. Now my task is complete, and we can say goodbye to our good friend Drone. We're actually going to do a boss fight this time. I think I'm going to go with Echovore again, because last time I was killed, so we'll figure out what this is going to be. I haven't played Echovore before, so we'll just have to see what this is. Alright, this time I didn't get killed, so we can actually see what this boss fight is, because I'm actually curious, because I don't think I've actually ever played Echovore before. Yep, I've never seen this. Very dark environment. Really reminds me of... oh, there he is. Can he see? Okay, he cannot see. I feel like he can only hear, which is good news for me. But it does say warning unknown environment, so. Is this something I have to do? Is this my task? Okay, fix generator. So we're fixing generators. That's it. So it's basically Stop It Slender, but in this form, and it's more than 3. That was that had to have been over 6 cranks. And he must have heard that. He is not happy about that. Let's try not to mess up any tasks while we can. Okay, I don't think he heard that, which is good. Just because he does seem kind of far away. And I cannot fix this generator. There we go. And there we go. There's another generator turned on. So it seems to be like Stop It Slender. Let's see if I can do these tasks as well to get it done. Because I did see a blue task over there. So if I can do these tasks, maybe that'll be a little bit more easy. Oh, and it looks like we can. So very good news for me, as I don't have to do generators the whole time. I can do a task here, and then I can do the task in there. I do not know where the elevator is, which is not necessarily good for me, but I don't think it's going to be a major issue. I could probably find my way back. And there we go. We've defeated an Echovore. So, there we go. There we go. Wasn't that terrifying? A little bit was terrifying. But let's try and see if we can get any other entities, and maybe even the other boss fight, which is mannequins. Ooh, new creature. Alright, that is perfect. And it looks like it's the easy one. So, I always call this one Mr. Green Aura, just because it does have a green aura on it, but it is actually called the Lurker, and it's a very slow creature unless it sees you. Now, if this creature makes direct eye contact with you, then it is going to start sprinting, and it will catch you, like, no matter what. It's always going to find a way to catch you, so always make sure that you're turning corners super fast. He does appear to be stuck, so it looks like I am in a good spot right here to kind of just observe him. He's very slow. He makes noises just like the Warden, so you can get them mixed up. But this one has eyes, and I don't think it can hear very well, which is the complete opposite of the Warden, so you really should have no issue with the Lurker. Next question is, where is he? Okay, he's over there. Yeah, as you can see, like, I can sprint, I can do whatever. It's all about eyes. It's all if he can see you. So I don't think his green aura really does anything except for smell. There's really nothing else I can put it like that. I did forget to mention, if these areas have levels to them, and like, you know, like there's a higher level than this, they really can't seem to see you or hear you, and it will take them time to actually get down. So you can actually make as much noise and as much movement as possible if you're on the opposite floor. Ooh, okay, so it's a different creature. Okay. So I actually do get to talk about it. Thank God. I'm sick of just walking around. I mean, I'm not sick of it. I love the game. Here's the Shrieker. I'm actually going to walk up to it and show you what it does. That's it. It shrieks. So there are, after you get to floor 10, or I believe it's on floor 10, there are more than one entity. So there's 2 entities on that floor. And then when you get to 20, there's more, you know, it repeats. So if you have the Shrieker, and let's just say the Warden, or maybe even a creature that's running after you and the Shrieker gets you, you're not going to have a fun time. But that's all the Shrieker does, is but that's all that the Shrieker does, is that it screams at you. So if you're on, that's all the Shrieker does, is it shrieks at you. So if you're on a floor with just one entity, it's super easy to avoid. It doesn't really do damage to you. However, if there's two entities and one is chasing you and then the Shrieker gets you, you're not coming out alive. You're going to have a bad time. He's going to scream at me. Even while you're doing tasks, he can scream at you. But then again, all of the monsters can come after you when you're doing tasks, so it's just best to try and do tasks when they're not around. He's gonna scream at me again, isn't he? No, never mind. He's not interested anymore. Just like everyone else. I think this is the last one I have to go over is Task Siphon. Basically, it hooks up to your battery pack and you get +5 when you complete a task. I'm gonna go with reboarding because I can never find my way around around these maps. So I'm gonna go with reboarding on this one. And just like that, we have made it to the caverns, which means there are now 2 entities following us around, which means stuff is gonna get harder. So yeah. It's important to mention that when you're in the caverns, you will have to deal with 2 of the same entity. Thank goodness that I got drone, because I just have 2 little minions following me around. But you can get stuff like 2 lurkers, 2 wardens, 2 lungwarts, whatever you can deal with. And sometimes it can either be easy or it can be hard. There's a new one. Okay, I believe this one is called Seeker. Now, as you can see, he looks like a ton of eyes. We're dealing with Teratoma as well, which is great. I don't want to deal with him. I would rather much deal with this one. Now, no matter what, he can see where you are. As you can see, I'm in his sight. I mean, I can go away with Phantom Vision, and then he chases after you. Now, he is pretty fast, and it's pretty easy to, if you're wondering what his main thing is, it's vision. I don't think he can really hear if you make a mistake on a task, which is good, but still, he can see you from miles away. I believe what I talked about earlier with if you're on a different floor level than him, I do not believe he can see you. However, if you're on the same floor as him and you're not hiding behind an object, he can see you. He's a really easy entity to escape from, which I really like. Because all you really have to do is just walk away from him or run if he does catch up to you. If you see him and he does seem to see you and you have like the little white light around your character, then really just move out of his way and then he'll go on about his day and you can go on with yours as well. While we're here, I guess we'll go over to what the pit stop is in the dealer shop, whatever you want to call it. So normally you will get these in a terminal, so the arcade machines that you find around the map, and normally they'll either be used within the round that you pick or the next round. So either we'll get it on floor 13, which is right now, or we will get it on floor 14, which is the next one. So it looks like it's going to be the next round that we'll actually be able to get our upcoming pit stop. And like I said, you shop with metal and wires that you get around the map. So here we are on floor 14. So now we should be able to get our pit stop where we can actually shop for separate items. So you just walk over here and here you go. So you can either shop for really good items like chocolate milk, or buttered popcorn, but you can also go ahead and donate if you want to. So you will just hold up your metal and you will hit donate, or your wires if you need to, and you will just hit donate. And there you go. And then you can just go over here and hold leave. And sometimes he'll tell you like you haven't bought anything, or he'll just say that you're departing soon. So really, it's a really easy break that you can get, and you can also get some really good items. Speaking of break, I believe it's every 15 items. Items? What am I saying? I believe it's every 15 floors that you get a break room. Now, in the break room, you either get to leave or you get to continue. So you can either exit and end the run right here, which is going to be this door all the way over here that says exit, or you can make a risk and you can continue. I'm actually going to continue to try and find more entities and finish this video up while I can. So you just hit continue and you head back in the elevator, or you go through the door and exit. Okay, we are dealing with the dealer. So I've not run into him that much, but I believe he can I think he follows you wherever you go. Just don't let him catch you. I believe that's it. He's actually really rare to find. I've done multiple runs of this and I have not come across him until this moment, and I've been recording for 2 hours and 39 minutes. So this is actually brand new to me. So I'm actually really surprised to see him. But I believe he is mainly just vision. And of course the Warden is ears, so the Warden can hear everything that I'm doing, which I'm not exactly happy with how he is right next to me. Anyways, yes, there's a salesman, so I believe he does just follow you. So just stay on your toes, don't let him catch you, you know, the whole business. Multiple dangerous entities have been spotted on this floor. This usually means you're dealing with the twins. Now, one is faster, but cannot see that good, and one is slower, but can see some from very far away. One thing that's really cool about the twins is that they switch locations about every 10 seconds. So there's one, and watch here, coming up very soon, they should switch locations. So this white one should switch out for the black one. There they are, they see each other. So hopefully soon they'll switch, and there they go. They've switched locations. So if you're getting chased by one that has really clear vision, and as long as you keep running, you should be able to avoid them when they switch. Because then if you get the one that doesn't see very well, then you've kind of just have a luck of the draw. It really depends on which one you're getting chased by. The other one, however, can throw stuff at you, and I believe it pings where you are to the other entities, which is not good. So I can't remember which one that is. I think it's Yin, which is the white one. So it's going to be that one. I believe he throws them, and he's going to come and see me. So this is not very good. I have no idea what the other entity is. Is it two twins? It is. So yeah, they're not really that easy to run away from, as you can see. It looked like I was dealing with two twins, so I was dealing with 4 entities that round, which I've never seen that happen before, but it's possible. I'm going to be honest with you guys, I don't know how much longer I can do this. I've currently been recording for over 4 hours now, and so far I haven't even been able to make it past round 18 because I keep getting the twins. So here's what I'll do. I'll go ahead and get the other boss that I didn't cover, which I believe is the mannequins, and I'll get to round 20. I'll try my best to get to round 20 so that you can see Envy, which is the other boss that you can get on round 20. It's almost guaranteed that you get her. Okay, this should be the mannequins on this floor. Yes, it is. I already know it is. Yep. So we get a nice little cutscene of this guy. I don't know why there's no audio, but yeah. If that didn't tell you what it is enough, basically, these are weeping angels. Now, if you don't know what weeping angels are, basically, you have to constantly look at them. Now, I do like how they do show which ones are mannequins, like the bad mannequins and are not. Notice how this one has a gray one, and where is one that I can look at? Okay, well, so far, it's none of them. Yeah, so far it's been none of them, so I can't really show how the mannequins work if they're all the same mannequin. So I'm gonna keep hoping that I find an actual mannequin that wants to work with me, or maybe they're just waiting for me or something. I'm not sure. Yeah, and the lights flicker during this, so it's a little bit... It tried to get you... There you go. This is how you know that one of them are bad, is that they're red. So you look behind, see they start moving, and then they look away. So if you see one with a red sort of like pelvis, then you know that okay, what was I saying? Oh yeah, if one of them if one of them has a red pelvis, then they're evil. They're not good ones. So make sure you look out for which one has a red pelvis and which one doesn't, because they are out to get you. That also means that you have to be very quick with your tasks, because you never know when one of them can reach behind you and grab you. So glad I worded that correctly, because that would have came out so much worse. Because I do not know how to speak, apparently. Yep, here we go again. There's two. That's weird. I haven't seen that before. I didn't know I had a dice ready, but here we go. Yeah, the lights usually turn off like this, and they'll say, you know, an error occurred, and then normally about like 10 or 5 seconds later, they'll turn back on. So there's really nothing to worry about there. I don't think the power actually goes out completely. I believe they just shut down for momentarily, and then they turn back on. We have a lot of them right here, so I don't know how I'm going to do this. Maybe if I look right here and I somehow... Maybe if I just look at them. I don't think I turn around all the way. And if I do, then I'm dead right now. Nope, I'm good. All right. Okay, there's one, and then let's do the other. And now we just need one more task to do. I don't know why they're all grouped together like that. It really makes me scared. I mean, not scared, but I mean, yeah, scared. I'm not gonna lie. It makes me a little bit nervous. I'm not gonna like. I don't like that so many of them are pushed together. If that makes sense. Because then it's easy for them to get me. We only have one more task. It can't be that far away, right? Unless it's the one that's up there, which I really don't want to do, but it's probably going to make me do it. Yep, it's going to make me do the one upstairs. All right. See, I could have been got right there. That would have been it for me. Okay, so we are dealing with two, so... Nope, not gonna get it. But that's okay, you see how they work. So... Yeah, they're a little bit hard, because depending on how many there are, it can be a little bit difficult to work your way around it. So now all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you Envy, which is the level 20. If you get to floor 20, then you get to the boss Envy. I have no idea what that is. I'm gonna let uh, editing Zig take that away as I try to avoid it. So what you are witnessing is known as the Witness, and they seem to be an unusual entity, pretty rare. They seem to be a part of something called the Smile Clan, which came out in an update. This entity talks to you. It also does chase you down. And apparently something that I didn't know about this entity is that it actually clones itself the longer you stay on the floor. So I'm glad that I kind of got out when I did. This entity did seem to act like drone and sort of follow me around. So this is something I've never seen in the game before. So I'm learning new things every day when I come across this game. So this was actually really cool to see. And there's actually another thing that I didn't see that you will see coming up. Okay, I haven't gone over this creature. This is the Mimic. If you're playing with friends, it will take over another person's character. They can't, I don't know, like, they can hear, they can see, but you'll usually know when it starts to come at you. If you see that Mimic, it'll start laughing. However, if you see your friend's Mimic, it will laugh, kind of like Majora's Mask from, you know, or not Majora's Mask, that's not his name, but you get the point. They chase after you. They are pretty fast, so I think they're almost or maybe about the same speed as you. I've actually been wondering when I was going to come across the Mimic. I just haven't through this whole 6-hour playthrough that I've been doing. So I'm very surprised that this is when I actually come across him. And I think I just saw him stuck in the elevator. Okay, never mind. I'm good. But yes, the Mimic mimics how you act and won't use like voice chat or anything, but will use text chat. What is that? That's some sort of ghost? I don't know what that is. I'll let editing Zig take it away. What we're looking at here is called the projected, and it comes in two different forms. The picture you're seeing in the top right is actually its other form, known as the husk. However, the soul is a blue translucent floating spirit, and it just leaves a blue trail, and it wears a cloak. It doesn't really seem to do anything from what I've seen. It just floats around, really, like I wish I was kidding. So that's all I could find. Thanks for clearing that up, editing Zig. I was not able to figure out whatever that was. Anyways, with that being said, I guess we're not done. I was about to say let's get on to the boss fight, but there might be more to do here, depending on whatever the entity is. Not really seeing anything yet. I heard it. I don't know what it is. Okay, well, there's that thing. Don't really want it seeing me. Okay, yeah, I had no idea. Yeah, I got no idea what that is. So, you know what? I think what I'm gonna do is I'll let editing Zig take that away too, because I'm not dealing with that. Okay, what we're looking at is a polygon. It's a pretty tall entity, black hole in the face. It has locusts for a face, actually, like it's a full bug. Seems to be a unique boss, doesn't spawn in that much. It feeds off of items on the ground and it gets stronger. It can be very dangerous. You can get attacked by a swarm and all this other stuff. I'm taking too long. Let's get to the envy boss fight.
What is yours should be mine. What is mine is never enough. I watch, I wait, I seethe. I'll let you flaunt, bask in what you have. When you least expect it, I'll rip it away from you piece by piece until nothing remains.
Here we go. Envy. Envy is always spawning on round 20. Her attack, I don't know what it is because the first time that I had to deal with it, it was easy to avoid.
Hoping to stand above me? Look around.
You need to collect these notepads around the map. If you step in these flowers, it's sort of like a trap, and you need to quickly get yourself out of them by tapping E multiple times. As you can see, all you really have to do is run around, collect all of the notepads, and then you're done, and you can move on.
Do you really think you're enough? It is not enough to succeed. Others must fail.
As you can see, she just tried to attack me. It's really easy to avoid it if you have something like the Phantom's Cloak, but if you don't, I would really recommend staying on the complete opposite side of where she's walking, kind of like how I'm doing here. Because then you're going to get caught, and then she throws her spear at you, and it becomes a whole mess. So I am having a little bit of trouble trying to find where this last one may be, but I probably just missed it. So it might take me just a little while to find it.
You don't deserve this victory. It should have been me.
And just like that, it might take you time to find out where all of them are, but really it's a piece of cake. Just avoid her, try standing on the opposite side, unless you have Phantom's Cloak or maybe the D6 die. But yeah, that is basically all there is. Again, a very sort of challenging a very challenging entity to come across, or a boss to come across, but really if you figure out how she works, it's super simple. Hey, thanks for making it all the way to the end of the video. You want your cookie now? No? Alright, I'll eat it. Anyways, you guys should totally check out Depth Spelunking. Such a fun game, but with friends, it's even more fun, I promise you. I was gonna do a how far can I go, like how deep can I go floor, but the video was just getting too long, so I might just live stream it. So if you want to check any of my live streams or any other projects that I have coming up, then go ahead and hit subscribe. And also hit the bell so you'll be notified whenever I go live or post content. Anyways, this is Ziggy, out! Whatever.